As always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, my fellow futures traders and family. It's time for the market recap. Tuesday, November the 1st. My name is John Hoagland. As always, thanks for trusting me with your time. Hope you had an interesting and positive trading day. Nice job for everybody on Make Hoag Money today. You know, a nice winning trade. Selling the opening range trade. Should have held on to it for a lot longer than we did, but still a positive day for Make Hoag Money, which is always good. And of course, we are hoping for your successful trading day as well. As far as things that happened today, no talking feds. We did have some early economic numbers come out, kind of watching the markets digest that information. But the big deal is really FOMC tomorrow and unemployment on Friday. Crude prices closed higher today, mostly an overnight buyers up about 2.13% at 88.37 settlement. The API, which is due out here in about a half an hour, is expecting a small 267,000 barrel boost in crude stocks. Kind of followed by the EIA tomorrow, not too far off, with a small 367,000 barrel boost expected. So probably not going to see any huge changes in inventory over the next couple of sessions. The U.S. equity stocks kind of lost overnight highs to close lower. A lot of that, I think, was overnight inventory that had stacked up on the long side overnight. The E-mini S&P closed unofficially down about 15 points, 0.4%. NASDAQ unofficially down about 113 points, again unofficially about 1%. And the Dow futures unofficially down about 86 points, 0.25%. Still the Dow, the strongest of all three of them. So all traders are putting their focus on what's going to happen tomorrow with the FOMC meeting for now. Employment information coming out tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. It's going to be an interesting rest of the week. Saudi Arabia apparently and the U.S. are under high alert after some kind of warning of some Iranian attack. So make sure we pray for that not to happen and continue to pray for peace in the world and inside ourselves as well. So make sure, if you like what you see, you hit the lucky like button, share, comment, question, feedback, heckling, and love are always welcome here on the market recap. I'm getting a little love from a big black puppy dog here. Lacey just all of a sudden, when I start the recap, needs to get pet. Don't look at me like that. I got work to do. Silly. So we're going to check out the charts here very shortly. Again, if there's anything that you want that we're not doing on the forecast recap, let us know. Jay Hoagland at topstep.com. JHOAGLAND land at topstep.com. Spencer passed step one today. That was quick, Spencer. Nice job. Something tells me you found the short side of something. Good afternoon, my good friend Vince. Haggle Matters. Good afternoon, George. Lacey's right here with me. You probably see her little nose popping up here. Maybe. No. Chilling with Dylan. Howdy, Joe. Pleasure to see you as always. Futures E-mini hack. My vibe was 1,000. That is my quota. All right. Kevin, it's good to see you. Brody, yo. futures. I find it necessary to trade on practice than on combine achievements. And China is said by Nikki to attack Taiwan. I don't know if that's happened here just yet. I think we'd probably see some more movement in these markets, but I know I'm not alone when I pray that these things do not happen. Khalid, hello from Paris. If I knew anything in France, I would say it other than parlez-vous français. Dr. VJ, good afternoon. So we're going to take a look at the charts to see what happened in the world today. Something really kind of spectacular did happen in the world today, and we'll talk about that shortly. Let's look at the charts here. We'll start going left from right, top to bottom. Crude oil. Here's the daily. We've basically still kind of hanging in range, even though we did move higher in the overnight. We held those highs throughout the session today, perhaps expecting some sort of pullback as far as inventories. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but we do never know. They're never very accurate or correct on their expectations as to how these things are going to come out. Here's the 30-minute. Here's settlement from yesterday. So we knew we had a lot of overnight inventory to the long side here. This was one of the markets that was able to hold those levels. We did take out 2 naked points of control from last week in this move to the upside before settling in for an early winter nap. Market just kind of put in the high, put in the low, and then fell asleep. I know I could use a nap. Usually. And so that's where we're at here. Really range-bound weekly kickoff low here. Last week's high on the upper end of it. Here's the E-mini S&Ps. And coming off that recent high, coming off the overnight high, we do have a recent high that occurred in the overnight session. We know markets don't like that, but it did not go up and reach it today. It left the opening range at the high of the session and drove lower, but still, I mean, largely in value and in range from Friday's big up move. When we take a look at this, well, that's the wrong 30-minute. When we take a look at what happened here, okay, so yesterday we said, well, we could use a little repair from Friday. We could see maybe a move up to the point of control and then maybe a move down to this level. We didn't quite get down there today, but overall, just in kind of a day that kind of helped us put in an upper extreme of a potential area of balance before the FOMC. We did leave the opening range at the high of the session. This is one thing that we did for make Hogue money. We saw that the opening range was the high. We took the opening range trade. We made a little bit of money. I think we got inside yesterday's range before it was voted that we cover the trade. And I didn't think it was going to be this kind of magnitude of push to the downside. But when we look at this profile, we are going to see a B-shaped profile, small b, lowercase b, B-shaped profile, long liquidation. Long liquidation. We got too long overnight. We liquidated and we hang here. Oh my goodness. Tomorrow is going to be another interesting trading day. Here is the daily in the NASDAQ. Very similar situation, somewhat. We got our upper extreme here, pulling back, still inside the range, and largely value from Friday's session. Here's the 30. I didn't put my profile on there. Let's do that so we can decipher what's regular trading hour. Regular trading hours to there. Another B-shaped profile. Basically moving from higher value through value to check where? The high volume node down here. Repair. 2 days of repair from Friday's melt up. Good to see you, Drum Lab. I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, Brody, you might be right. She, no spaceship. Futures E-Mini-Ag. No spaceship today. We had a spaceship in the profile yesterday. Take a look at it. Well, it was in the S&Ps, but probably pretty similar. Yeah, we got a little spaceship here. We kind of got a little bit heavy on the dome up here, but here's our spaceship. B-shaped profile, long liquidation. All of the overnight activity got us too long, and we barreled out. Gold. I didn't even really give gold much of a look today. It's been on my naughty list, if you will. Range. We put out this box yesterday or this morning, maybe this morning, but really staying inside that range. 30. Overnight inventory to overlong. Where does the market come back to? Well, does close the gap, finishes the check to this naked point of control. We got another naked point of control down here from yesterday. We'll change things a little bit here in the overnight, so things look right. But we did two things here. We traded and finished closing this gap that was left, and we closed the gap from the open to the low here. So we closed two gaps. We accomplished a lot in gold today. It wasn't that easy to trade. I wish it were. Here's the euro, 10. So we opened the day right in the middle of value, right in the middle of the area of balance that we've been. Got a little bit of a pushback here. We did take out this naked point of control in the regular trading hours. That was providing some resistance for us overnight. Ended up providing more resistance for us in the regular trading hour session as the market came off. Look at how small the value area is from yesterday. Didn't we add a whole bunch of open interest? I'm still looking at the... yeah, we lost a whole bunch of open interest yesterday. Almost 9,000. So, yeah... Take a look at the 10-year. Overnight longs got too long. Pushed us all the way back down to where we started. Where we started the overnight, right about here. And then just died. Overnight inventories got a little bit too long in a lot of these markets. Take a look at the natural gas. So we didn't put in the profile here. Let's do this so we can see our regular trading hours. 8 o'clock. We did leave a gap, didn't we? Checked 2 naked points of control. Visuals, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget how visual markets can be. And coming back down below. Weekly kickoff high. Some resistance there. So, thanks again for joining me for Make Hope Money today and forecast and recap. And one of my favorite things to do is sit around with traders and talk about trading. Liquidation and covering. Casey, the only difference is the direction. Longs get liquidated, shorts get covered. It's just a floor colloquialism. So if there's a whole bunch of longs and they get out, that's long liquidation. If there are a whole bunch of shorts and they get out of those positions, they're covering those shorts. So I think it kind of works, right? If you're holding a bunch of stuff and you want to get rid of it, you liquidate. And if you owe a bunch of something, like, let's say you owe on bets, yeah, you got to cover those bets. Right? So today, The Sistine Chapel opens for viewing for the public. This is in 1512. 1512. Pretty far up there. Probably too far for any activists to throw soup on it. What a beautiful piece of artwork. John Adams moved into the White House today in 1800. (1950) on November 1st, there was a assassination attempt on President Harry Truman. 1765, Parliament in Britain and enacts the Stamp Act, taxation of those in the colonies. Big part of the reason for the revolution. Overtaxing. Birthdays. Rick Gretsch. Rick Gretsch was a part of Blind Faith Traffic. Did a lot of work with the Crickets, the Bee Gees. Today's Lyle Lovett's birthday. I've always been a fan of Lyle Lovett. I always thought he was a great musician. In 1962, older than I am, Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rick Allen, the drummer from Def Leppard. It's his birthday today. The Doors in 1966 started a first month-long residency at Ondine Discotheque, Midtown Manhattan in New York City. Yikes. 1980, Bruce Springsteen scores his first number one album today with The River, the album. U.S. number 5, Hungry Heart. I didn't know this. If you remember Natalie Imbruglia, she was a singer, and she was actually an actress in a movie. I can't really think of the name, but I guess he had some crazed fan after her. Guy was arrested today after turning up on their doorstep of her home in Berkshire after flying to London from Australia. Yikes. That's about enough. All right. Yes, that is a great song, right? All right. Chad, there are links on the TS Trader website and on our YouTube channel to show you how to set up the charts. But if you have further questions, don't hesitate to come to tomorrow. We have group coaching where I'll have more time, I think, to go over how to set up the trading platform, how you like it. Here's the link. That's not the link. Here is the link to register for group coaching tomorrow. It's at 12:30 Central Time tomorrow. Let's see, tomorrow we also have Make Hogue Money from 2 to 3, and that's going to be it for me for the week. We've got Dan Hodgman coming in to do the forecast on Thursday, Friday, and Monday. There probably won't be a recap on Monday or a Make Hogue Money on Monday. However, our good friend Nick Dolby is going to be doing group coaching on Mondays, so you get another perspective from one of our traders here at Top Step. and we'll see how that goes. I will be out of touch for a couple of days. I think it's important to remember to do that from time to time. And but I will miss you, and I will look forward to being back with you on Tuesday. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm sure you were all worried. And get some rest tonight. We had probably a hurry up and wait kind of day tomorrow, but we want to make sure we're at our best no matter what. So get out there and profit tonight if you're going to trade, but make sure you keep some of that powder dry for tomorrow. And as always, trade for tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning on the forecast, 7:45. Have a great night.